Today on Broward Team News, we're at West Broward High School to learn all about the inner workings behind the School of Silver and Carolina Blue.
Stay tuned to see how a young man with ambition took his dreams to the city that never sleeps.
How unity and friendship work together to make a formidable combination.
How a museum is altering the way we see contemporary fashion.
And much more. Hello and welcome to Broward Team News, West Broward High Edition. I'm Victor Georges.
And I'm Amanda Martinez. Today we're going to take a look throughout our school to showcase some of the amazing things happening here at the home of the Bobcats.
Like our first story, which features the team who produced an independent short film that has been submitted to over 30 national film festivals. Director Francisco Cabrera has been making videos ever since his freshman year.
However, in order to make this project a reality, he had to make some big decisions. Now let's see how his latest work has made it from Pembroke Pines to the Big Apple.
Roll 1. Seed 1, airplanes, take 1.
The independent film industry is one of the most cutthroat industries in the world of entertainment. Like many others, it requires a personal drive and the willingness to take risks. Nationally recognized Francisco Cabrera and his crew have experienced this firsthand. However, for this group, it was time to take the biggest step of their career.
All the films that I've made have always been driven by high school competitions or assignments. For the idea that I wanted to make, I couldn't have those restrictions. I couldn't be either limited by time or even censorship.
Some ideas take more than just a conventional high school effort. For Francisco to take the leap, he needed to break away from his regular comfort zone.
In order to make this film, I had to move away from high school because the idea wasn't a high school love. It wasn't this high school student film. It was an idea that I was passionate about, an idea that for me was something that had to be done independently. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, because we didn't have the guidance and we didn't have the equipment or budget that we would have had if we were doing it with the school.
With a lack of available resources, Francisco's team decided that crowdfunding would be the best way to jumpstart this project. Through this method, the team was able to raise $3,000.
In order to make Revolving Child, we had to go bigger than we had ever gone. We had to find resources that we didn't have. So what we did, in our idea that me and the producer had, was that we need to go to the viewers, go to the people that want the film, and if they want the film, if they wanted to actually fund it as well.
The success of Revolving Child hasn't stopped. With only a few weeks between the ending of shooting and the deadline for film festival submissions, the project's progress has been a reward for the team's risk.
Now the best place for film lovers and filmmakers to go are film festivals. That's where we wanted to show our film. The biggest screen with the biggest audience and people that knew about film and were passionate about it.
And that's exactly what has happened. The film has been submitted into over 30 festivals. Revolving Child's achievement proved that taking risk is worth it for young artists. For Bobcat Broadcast, Victor Georges. Although the arts are a vital part of the school, sports are also important to many of the students, such as Christina Tabor, who competes in CrossFit.
And while most believe that CrossFit is a male-oriented organization, according to the American Council on Exercise, more than half of its participants are female. Reporter Faith Monroe has more details.
It's Saturday morning, and while most teenagers are sleeping in, Christina Tabor is at CrossFit Fever competing in a series of intense workouts that will test her speed, endurance, and strength. As a relatively new athlete, she is excited to participate in her first competition and continue pursuing her fitness goals.
I started CrossFit because I noticed that I wasn't healthy as I wanted to be. I wasn't as fit as I wanted to be, as strong as I wanted to be. I started CrossFit with the dream of gaining weight, gaining muscle, looking better, feeling better. And
that's exactly what she has achieved here in her hard work at CrossFit. But her family has supported her every step of the way.
We're very excited for her. She's come a very long way. She's been doing this for about 8 months, and her body has completely transformed. Her goal is to become stronger, and she's definitely accomplished that already.
Even though Christina might make it look easy, CrossFit can be extremely grueling and immensely strenuous. But this doesn't stop her. Fighting the pain, she never fails to push herself further. It's obvious that her drive is the reason she's been so successful.
It's difficult. It's really hard. You do have to have a very focused mindset to what you want to do. You do have to constantly tell yourself that I can do better. And that is an inspiration to see that somebody can get so much better, so much stronger in such a short amount of time by just practicing on a daily basis.
This may be the first, but most certainly not the last we will see of Christina. She remains humble as she triumphs through the workouts today, but it's clear to see that she intends to continue competing as a top-notch athlete. Reporting for Bobcat Broadcast, Faith Marrero.
Big franchises start with small companies that have a unique product. Mojo Doughnut is a gourmet cafe that is slowly taking the world by storm.
That's right, and with a peculiar story, they've been able to not only be recognized locally, but have been ranked one of the top 23 donut shops in America. Here's Daisy DeLeon with more information.
Welcome to Mojo. Welcome to Mojo.
Sean, the owner of Mojo Donuts, has been an entrepreneur all his life. His multiple aspirations have led him to the small gourmet donut shop that most would call the hidden gem of Pembroke Pines.
In 2005, we opened up a gourmet ice cream parlor and smoothie shop. The times, we did a great job, but the timing was a little off as far as economy and everything else. So I'm always looking for good ideas.
Known for their modern twist of the donut, the business has raised speculation as to where the name Mojo Donuts came from.
Before we opened up, we did some research across the country, and we got in contact with one of the another famous donut shop out there, and we asked them if they wanted to do a collaboration, and they said they were busy doing their own thing. Thanks, but no thanks, but thanks for feeling the mojo. So I took it that, and I just looked at it and I said, Mojo, Mojo Donuts.
There's a donut for every palate, pleasing a quantity of customers alike.
The bakers get here anywhere between 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or 11 o'clock at night. And that's what time the action starts.
With their growing fame and popularity, Mojo's Donuts is no stranger to the spotlight, featuring before on Deco Drive.
The most well-known right now is our Deco Delight, which we created for Channel 7, and it's a cream-filled donut. It's a banana cream-filled donut with chocolate on the outside, rolled in frosted flakes, fresh fruit, caramel topping, more chocolate. It's a wonderful donut.
Despite Sean's humble attitude towards the growth of the trendy donut shop, there is hope that small business will branch out into something much bigger.
We're looking to hopefully open up in Miami, create more of a blueprint to make it more corporate.
As you can see, dreams and motivation are what have fueled Sean's innovative concept of the everyday donut business. This has been Daisy DeLeon reporting for WB-TV.
While donuts are a fantastic way to bring people in, so is a great cause. That's why West Broward's baseball team has played all October in appropriate pink clothing to help spread awareness on breast cancer, the second most common cancer among women.
Not only has the story helped raise funds for breast cancer-related organizations, it has won numerous state awards while doing so. Jacob Garcia has more on the story.
And she promises to be a future cancer survivor.
The West Broward baseball team has been holding their annual Bats Against Breast Cancer for 3 years now. The event runs 12 hours long, consisting of 4 consecutive games played by junior varsity and varsity. Not only is it fun for the whole family, but contributes to a good cause and hits some of the players personally.
My grandmother was diagnosed with it and she passed away with it, so it means a lot to us. We have a bunch of people come out and a bunch of research that hopefully it'll end breast cancer.
Every year, Bats Against Breast Cancer has gradually grown throughout the community. This year it included vendors, merchants, and base painting. Also raffles that range from a chance to go skydiving to winning a baseball signed by acclaimed player Jose Reyes. Other proceeds went to the Memorial Hospital for research to find a cure for breast cancer. Due to this event raising awareness and money, more survivors came out this year to share their success in defeating this illness.
It affects me because it brings more attention to breast cancer, which is really, really important. And I feel that the more attention that you get, the better the outcome for breast cancer.
In addition to all the money they made from admissions and product, each team they played gave a donation. The players and their families take pride in making this event a success, knowing it will not only benefit those who have breast cancer, but will bring joy to them and their families.
I enjoy doing this event because it's basically just a great thing to do. You just see a smile on the survivors' faces is great. And personally for me, my grandmother passed away from breast cancer and it really affected my family. And just doing this event every year just brings a smile to my face.
The Bobcats raised hundreds of dollars, proving that you can have fun while supporting a great cause. This has been Alexandra Rogers reporting for WB-TV.
Another team showing off their Bobcat pride would be West Broward's varsity football team. The team has made records this year that even most students can't believe.
Coming from a rough past, the coaches decided to change up their strategy in an effort to win more games, and the outcome has definitely been better than expected. Faith Marrero has a story.
The West Broward football team faces challenges every day. From balancing their classes and training, these players have already overcome many difficulties. But there is one trial they still must conquer: their past. Though it's clear to see the team has talent, the West Broward football record doesn't match this. This year, they decided to make a change, starting in the summer.
Last year, without Coach Dilworth, I think they didn't have much of a challenge during the summer, and they didn't do as much. But this year, we were really put to the test during the summer. We worked real hard every day. I mean, we had no breaks almost. So, I mean, we were pushed hard. Oh yes, you could definitely tell, even during the games, like we're not even fatigued during the games. It's fourth quarter and we're still pushing, you know.
This new discipline started in the summer, but certainly has not ended during the school year. And while the team changed their training patterns, they also started to see the results.
This year we have the most wins in school history right now this year, and the season's not even over yet. We've scored the most points.
A lot's changed, really, when it comes to how we work, how seriously we take practice. You know, we don't mess around as much. We have a more serious tone to everything we do here, whether it's lifting, you know, studying film, or even out here actually working. It's a lot more serious, and you know, we have a goal in mind, and that's all we think about. Right now, we're in first in district, and we're trying to stay that way, and you know, make it to playoffs for the first time ever.
For the first time in school history, the football team is winning more and losing less. With the district championship in mind, they continue to strive for wins, hoping to make the playoffs.
We're a good team. We have great athletes on our team. So, I mean, all of us think, you know, we should be a playoff team.
And just like in any sport, the coaches really do make a difference in dedication and inspiration on the field.
Like I say, why not West Broward for an opportunity to win a district title? As one of the leaders, that's what I try to install with my kids. Life situations, as far as you can be down, but you can pick yourself back up and keep working. Always continue to fight till the whistle blows. That's something I use in life. That's something I abide by myself.
This courage and motivation can also be seen in the student section. Once empty bleachers now fill up with fans. The crowd goes wild with every Bobcat touchdown, and the spirit of winning is in the air.
This is the best. This is the most school-spirited that I've seen the school in my past 4 years here, and it helps with the stands being loud and rowdy. At the end of the play, when you look up at the stands and you see everyone standing up and clapping and just yelling, it's just a good feeling.
After years of loss and disappointment, the West Broward football team has begun to pave a way to success. By avoiding any collision with failure, this team will be sure to come out on top as the district champions. This has been Faith Marrero reporting.
Now that we've seen some of what West Broward has to offer, it's time for our commercial break.
When we get back, we'll talk more about the melting pot that is Pembroke Pines.
We'll be right back.
Go kill yourself.
No one even likes you.
You're just a waste of space.
The internet, a place where anything and everything can be found. Once you send it, it never goes away. Your family, your classmates, and even your boss can see it. Don't take it, share it, or post it. Because in the end, is it even worth it?
Welcome back.
While most students can't wait to take off their school uniforms for the summer, one crowd is showing off their matching apparel with pride. JROTC, or Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps, is an example of these students.
Besides providing safety, their uniforms also represent the unity that is involved in JROTC. Daisy De Leon has more information.
Along with strong leadership and perseverance, Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps, also known as JROTC, prioritizes cooperation above all else. The organization has brought students together since 1916 and a chance to give them insight of how to protect their country in the near future. The class itself helps students learn military and leadership skills through rankings such as colonel, lieutenant, and major.
I'm in JROTC so I can advance my leadership abilities. I plan to go into the Air Force to become a pilot for the United States Air Force and serve my country. And I believe that in this program I can advance my leadership abilities and widen that perspective of what a leader is.
Up! On!
Being able to lead and follow are essential components to work in unison. And to prepare students for the real world, JROTC makes sure to implement these great traits all throughout their program.
Well, the main goal of the JROTC is to, give you leadership experience and help you improve your leadership abilities. So being in this program shows the Army that you have leadership potential and you want to be a leader in the community. I demonstrate unity in the program by working as a team with my company. I motivate them, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do and being the best that they can be.
As the students grow muscle and strength through the rigorous assignments they face, they also encounter a change within, which is mostly seen by friends and family members.
No, being in JROTC has put a lot of responsibility on all the kids in the program. And my daughter in particular, she was selected for first sergeant, so she has the responsibility of not only herself, but for a number of cadets under her. So it definitely has helped develop her leadership style and also her abilities as a leader.
Get ready, get set, go!
While JROTC is thought to be a strenuous class, this group shows their ultimate dedication to work as one united nation.
At first I saw everyone in uniform and that really I don't know, I wanted to be part of something, and seeing everyone in uniform and getting awards and everything, that's something I wanted to be a part of.
Cooperation is vital to complete many of the obstacles in JROTC, which teaches students to look out for others as well as themselves to overcome their challenges.
My teammates are there by my side every run, every event, and I couldn't do this without them.
You're always there for one another, always helping each other, and it's a big family.
The bonds these students make will not only teach them how to become better leaders, but also how to work together as a team. And that team may possibly be the one that provides safety for a better tomorrow. This has been Daisy DeLeon reporting.
Given that there are several farms in Davie, Florida, sometimes it's easy to overlook the great things that take place within these establishments.
Like Peaceful Ridge, for example, which is a rescue center for horses who need to be taken in and given a new lifestyle. Jessica Cuenca has more information on this inspiring topic.
Starting in 2004, founder Victor Coutinho was captivated by horses in need of a better future. Although it's not easy, with time, dedication, and the will to make a difference, Peaceful Ridge has changed the lives of over 80 horses. However, this process started with a single horse.
A long time ago, of course, when we first got Baby Girl was just like a skinny toothpick. Matter of fact, she was on this side of the property before I leased this property. You know, she was so thin, you can actually see her, she was like a skeleton. You know, you can see every bone in her body. Her stomach was all sunk in.
After his first rescue, Mr. Coutinho realized that this was what he wanted to do.
When you look into a horse's eye, they just capture your soul. So that's how it all started. I just felt so sorry for them and bad for them, that they were being abused and neglected or not being fed.
The community is a crucial element of Peaceful Ridge. They provide knowledge about horses, which ultimately gets them rescued by this organization.
People call us, and I go out and look at the horse, and sometimes a lot of people don't understand what's a skinny horse, what's a fat horse, stuff like that. So I go out there and look at the horse, and it's fed, and it's all right. And I'll go up to the owner's house, too, and let him know that I'm getting calls about your horse. You know, but I explain to the people that horse is not skinny, you know, or it has cancer, or it's a real old horse. So if anybody is out there and sees a skinny horse, to call their local police.
Coutinho couldn't do it all without the love and help of all his volunteers. People of all ages and backgrounds come out to support these rescued horses.
The reward of taking a horse that's been abused and neglected and has had such cruelty in its life, and seeing the transformation and being a part of it, and being able to place that horse in a loving home is just the most rewarding feeling in the world, and that's why I do it. We are the voice of horses. We are the voice of animals. They can't speak up for themselves, and that's why we're here.
With a mission to find a home for every horse, Peaceful Ridge strives to bring the community together to show compassion towards these beautiful creatures. This has been Jessica Cuenca reporting for Bobcat Broadcast.
In the modern times we're experiencing, the arts are twisting and turning into something that might be a little too abstract for some.
That's exactly what Museo, an establishment that mixes art and fashion, is striving to accomplish through their work. In the middle of vibrant Wynwood, this forward-thinking business has slowly but surely left its dent in the industry. Here's the story.
Miami, Florida, a melting pot of ideas that provide for one of the most diverse places, perfect for a strong art and fashion scene. Museo is a platform for artists all over the world to be recognized and to break the barriers of standard fashion.
Museo started as a
response to the craving for self-expression and creativity in Miami. Miami has been always known for standard fashion. We felt like Miami needed a place where creative minds can, come together and find inspiration.
Being located in Miami helps a lot when it comes to scouting artists. However, Museo takes the extra step and looks for worldwide influences.
The whole reason why we scouted designers from all around the world, and we went through a whole 1.5-year process, was to bring voices and points of view that are so specific and so strong and so unapologetic with their approach that whoever comes in here, whether it's a new designer, a new artist, a new dancer, whatever kind of creator it is, can be inspired to also do their art without limits.
Aside from wanting to launch creators into the industry, the organization has a deeper mission and approach.
Our goal is to change the way we see, not necessarily fashion, not necessarily art, but ourselves, by offering a place where there is no rules, there is no, gender normatives, there is no, let's say, need to fit in, because nothing in here really shackles you.
They chose Art Basel, one of the biggest art events worldwide, to open their doors to the industry.
It just brought in a lot of people. Artists, brought in customers, people who were just curious of what was going on. So pretty much just opened the doors for people to be aware of us. It was really hectic. I was pretty surprised at how things turned out because it was so crazy backstage. We were running around, and, last minute everything had to be intact. So it turned out well for our very first show. I think it turned out amazing.
As many young artists are striving to make it in the art industry, Museo stands out when lending a hand, making sure their collaborators are recognized. This and many other establishments are working hard to make sure that their legacy is left and that young artists rise to make an impact in the world of fashion, music, and art. Reporting from the Miami Design District, Victor Georges, Bobcat Broadcast. Cosmetic companies are believed to have the very best interest for their customers. However, this may be at the expense of other animal species.
It seems the beauty industry itself is masking their testing procedures with more than just makeup. Maria McCormick has more on the topic.
Curiosity isn't the only thing that killed the cat. We did. The new concealer you just got may work wonders on your blemishes, but it's not concealing the fact that animal testing is something done every day to thousands of helpless animals. According to PETA.org, 100 million animals are used in experiments all over the U.S., from California to Atlanta. Would you strap your child to a table and rub potentially dangerous chemicals on their face? Then why would you do it to an animal who can't speak up and defend themselves? The reality is that animal testing really doesn't play a significant role in medical advancements. As a matter of fact, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has stated that currently 9 out of 10 experimental drugs fail in clinical studies because we cannot accurately predict how they will behave on people based on laboratory and animal studies. So there's really no purpose to test on animals. What's more important, a lipstick or an animal's life? This has been Maria McCormick reporting for Bobcat Broadcast.
Well, that wraps it up here from West Broward High. I'm Victor Georges.
And I'm Amanda Martinez. If you want to see stories like these and more, make sure you like our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time.